Hey everyone, it's May 22nd, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with Kenneth Bianchi, one of the serial killing duo who committed the Hillside Strangler murders in the late 1970s in Los Angeles. And that is him right up there. Bianchi had a rough start in life, being born in 1951 to a prostitute who gave him up for adoption at 2 weeks of age. When his adoptive mother took him to a doctor at the age of 3, complaining that he was wetting his bed and didn't sleep well, the doctor noted, "Mother needs help." She described him as a compulsive liar even as a young boy, and he suffered from seizures and had a head injury as a child. He was treated at a mental hospital at 8 years old and was moved from school to school a few years later due to conflicts with his teachers. His adopted father died when Bianchi was a teenager, yet he showed no emotion at the loss of the man who had been raising him. Bianchi married his high school sweetheart just after graduation, a marriage that ended after 8 months due to his frequent infidelity. He confessed to his bride in a letter that he was a suspect in the still unsolved alphabet murders of children in Rochester at this time, and that he had killed a man, but she believed this to be a sick joke. Bianchi claims to this day that he's innocent of those crimes, but will likely never know for sure. What we do know is that Bianchi moved from New York to Los Angeles in 1977 and began spending time with his adoptive cousin Angelo Buono. Come back in October for more about him. The two became pimps, using money Bianchi obtained by stealing jewelry at his job as a security guard to buy fancy clothes and attract women. They would cruise around Los Angeles and use fake badges to trick women and girls into believing they were undercover cops to convince them to hop into their car. Buono would drive them home, where Bianchi and he would sexually assault and strangle their victims. While they experimented with other methods of killing, including lethal injection, electrocution, and carbon monoxide poisoning, they found strangling to be the most effective means to their end. Bianchi desperately wanted to actually be a police officer, and he applied for a job with the LAPD, going on a ride-along with a patrol that was investigating the murders that were now known as the work of a serial killer called the Hillside Strangler. When he told his cousin about this, Buono was enraged and threatened to kill Bianchi if he didn't leave town. Bianchi left for Washington State, where he quickly murdered 2 college students, but working alone he was sloppy, leaving clues for the authorities. He was arrested and confessed to the crimes that he and Buono had been committing. Bianchi received letters from a woman who he entered into a relationship with while awaiting trial. He smuggled some semen to her, which she was to leave on a woman that she would strangle in order to make it appear that the wrong man was imprisoned. Her goal was to get him released so the two could buy a mortuary and engage in necrophilia, but she failed in her attempts and was also imprisoned for her efforts. At trial, Bianchi tried an insanity defense, convincing some psychiatrists that he had multiple personalities, one being named Steve Walker, and while that is the same name as my cousin, Bianchi is not related to me. This was ultimately deemed to be a ruse, and he agreed to testify against Buono, with both sentenced to life in prison. Bianchi remains behind bars in Walla Walla, Washington, and is next eligible for parole, which will certainly be denied in 2025. If this is your birthday, have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know somebody whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Kenneth Bianchi, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.